Hello, friends. I hope everybody is doing good. So today we are going to have a breakdown of the trades that we're going to be having next week. And we are having really, really good trades next week. We have trades on GBPUSD, and this is what this is what is going to happen next week. So on GBPUSD, remember we had this trend line that was holding the market up, and the market came and broke this trend line from here. So what we trade is once the market breaks a trend line like that, we want to see that market come to retest that trend line at a psychological level and also give us reversal patterns. Now, this is a 1 hour chart. We can clearly see that this is a major resistance level. It held the market once and also the second time, and then it has come to the third time here. Also, it comes to feed into the place where the market also is retesting the same psychological, this trend line that the market broke. So, and then on top of that, it has given us multiple reversal patterns or rejections of this zone. You can see this candle with the long wick, this candle with the long wick and the long wick. And then after that, it has also added us an evening star here. Actually, this trade was taken on Friday, yesterday. And I hope that by next week, we're going to be holding GBPUSD to these downsides. Preferably to take these lows out. And then these are the trades we're going to. So next week, we are looking at selling GBPUSD. We are going to only look at selling GBPUSD next week. Moving on to AUDUSD. It's almost the same playbook, guys. Almost the same playbook. You can see from here, the market had given us this trend line, which was also significant. This trend line, it had the first touch here, second touch, third touch over here, then the fourth touch, and then on the fifth touch, the market broke that trend line. Breaking this trend line, we wait for the market to retest that trend line at a psychological level. So we see the market came back to retest that trend line at the psychological level, and this is the psychological level that we have, and the market trades to that level and then also gives us a reversal pattern. So we can see market shows us that we are going to reject this zone. It rejected the trend line, and we now looking for sell opportunities from that trend line. Our strategy is very simple. Like I said, we want to have a trend line, and then we want to see the market break that trend line. And after breaking that trend line, we want to see the market come and retest that trend line. And when it retests that trend line, it must give us a reversal pattern that shows that we're going to be bullish or bearish. So this is showing us that we're going to be selling AUDUSD. And preferably, this candle here is going to be a little bit of a headache for the market to break. You're going to see that next week. So we want to, first of all, target that low where that candle is. And then maybe we can now target any other lows that are after that. But that's what we're going to be having on AUDUSD. EURUSD is also the same thing, same playbook. Market came and broke a trend line which had held the market once, twice, thrice, and then it broke below 4 times here. Then it broke this level and it traded low. And then after the market came back to test that same trend line, a psychological level, we can see a psychological level over here. And I called this on Friday and say this is the entire zone that we're going to be watching at. And you can see also give us rejections. We have this candle and this candle showing us that we are reversing the market. And so we are taking sales on EURUSD. Trades next week are just straightforward. USDCHF also the same thing. The same thing that happened is also on USDCHF. I called this trade exactly when the market was still here and said that we are now going to buy because it has broken and retested the trend line at this psychological level. So very important, the market broke the trend line here, and then the second touch, and then on the third touch, the market broke above, and then it came to retest. To retest that trend line happened at this psychological level. This is the psychological level we're looking at. And you can see that on 1 hour, this is 1 hour time frame, we have an engulfing candlestick. Let's look at what 15 gave us. So 15-minute time frame, you can see also gave us something like a tweezer bottom over here. This is something like a tweezer bottom here, but also kind of an engulfing candlestick, though the body did not engulf it very well. So that's what we had. So we take our trade from this zone, and then we are targeting these highs. Of course, maybe tomorrow the market might come back because on Monday the market could come back to fill this fair value gap before moving up. But all the way we are looking at buying USDCHF to minimally this high that we have over here. And then our big guy, that's gold. Gold has been amazing this week. We really made a lot of money from gold, and I really would love to see the same thing happen. So, however, I think the market has reversed finally to the downside, so we are going to be looking at selling gold more than we want to buy it. We want to sell gold more than we want to buy it. Now look at this. What happened is we caught a trade from here that was giving us these buys on Friday. I remember I gave you a notice of how I was taken out on a trade that was very valid. I entered a trade from here, and then it came and took me out, and then it went up. Good. So now the market has come back and gave us about 1:4 risk to reward ratio over here. And now the market has come back to this level. Now, this is also another trend line that has given us this point. So you can, if we refine that trend line, you can see that this is now the refined trend line that we had previously, which was being bounced off of, is now becoming a counter trend line. You can see how this trend line strategy is just so good. So we refined it, and from this touch point, and also with this last touch point that we have over here, you can see the market has broken below this trend line. Because breaking below a trend line means as long as the market significantly trades below and it closes below with a 1 hour time frame candlestick or even 15-minute time frame candlestick, we consider that a break below. So the market has broken below this level and closed below that trend line. So what we're going to be looking at is looking at sell opportunities. Now the market could come back to give us a third touch here. However, we most likely may have a market opening to trade lower and then come back to retest this trend line or test it from here, and then we're going to have our sales coming in from there on gold. So this is what we're going to be looking at next week. You remember we only trade those 5 pairs. We are trading 4 pairs, but I added AUDUSD because after backtesting it, I realized it also does so well with this strategy. So I also added it on our instruments. Now gold really is now in a downtrend. On a long run, in a long-term vision, we are actually in a downtrend on gold. However, it has fed into this. So you can see, ideally, gold is really on a downtrend. We cannot disagree with that. It's in downtrend. But we want to see this market dropping a little. It might drop up to this level, can drop as low as this, or come and feed into this trend line, and then we bounce off of it. But for now, gold, we want to look at selling right now. We are only going to look at sales on gold next week. Thanks, cashpips, again, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do that. And if you have not followed me on TikTok and Facebook, please ensure to do that, because it's going to be also very good. Every time I keep dropping updates about our trades, and you could be missing out on something like that. Again, we are doing a 50 people profitability challenge using the same strategy. I am teaching it to 50 lucky people. So if you want to be among them, you just simply have to come and DM me on TikTok, and I'm going to add you onto that team of people that we are going to be learning how to trade this strategy. And maybe preferably, I want to make 50 people profitable in the next 3 months from now. So if you're interested, get a free mentorship, free class, free studies. Everything is going to be free. I'm not going to charge anything, because at one point I really needed someone to do the same thing, but I did not have one who could do that for me. So I'm going to give it as an offer to people. If you are interested, please ensure to link up with me, and then I'm going to add you to the team of people that are going to be benefiting from that development. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks, cashpips, again, and I sign out for now. Let's see you in the next one.